Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today, sorry if you're new here, my name is Rachel. If not, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. Today I'm going to be doing a little review of the Natasha Denona Hy-Glam Powder Foundation. And yeah, I'm wearing it right now. And if you want to see how I feel about it and how it looks on the skin, then just keep watching. All right, so I'm going to be trying the Hy-Glam Powder Foundation Blurring Flex Tech Hybrid Powder. I'm gonna just read you the claims because I wrote notes and there are a lot of them. Okay, so it looks like it comes in 36 shades. You can buy them with the compact or you can buy it just with the refillable cartridge. So it looks like it's way cheaper. It's half the price for just the just the powder. And I wish I would have known that because I probably would have just bought it like that. I mean, it's nice to have the compact and the compact is pretty, but it's a little bulky. It's a little thick. So, okay, it says it is a hybrid powder. It helps to blur texture, leave skin smooth and poreless. This is what we want to hear. It has a matte finish. It's medium buildable. It helps protect the skin from environmental stressors, and I was kind of like, how? And it says it contains antioxidants, so I guess that is how. It helps to support the skin's natural elasticity and hydration, and it's anti-inflammatory. So it seems like it does have some skincare in here. Looks like it's a vegan formula, talc-free, cruelty-free. It's made in Italy. Give me 1 second. Okay, this is the second time I've done this and I could just lose my mind. Sorry, my hard-boiled eggs were boiling over and I had to go stop it. And then I came back and rambled on for like 5 minutes and then realized I wasn't recording. And I just applied it to my face and it wasn't recording. So what I did say is that it says it has a very blurring technology, and I am not seeing that much blurring. This is not perfecting to me. I'm seeing darkness around my mouth. I'm seeing lots of pores. And I'm not loving it. This, I also said, was kind of pointy, and I don't love going around the nose with it because it kind of hurts. So I ended up taking just my Amazon sponge and I was applying the rest to my nose, and that's where we were at. And I just mentioned I was using my Kelly Ray primer and I used a little bit too much because too much squirted out and I didn't want to waste it. So I used a little more than I normally do and it was kind of pilling a little bit. So that's why it was just the Kelly Ray. But yeah, I just don't think it's that blurring. It's not, you can see all of my pores. I think that my Givenchy powder is much better. I do have the shade, if I didn't mention, N2. And then I also don't know if I mentioned this. I think I kind of stopped while I was reading about it. It's vegan, talc-free, cruelty-free, made in Italy. And it is 12.5 grams of product, which is a decent amount of product, but it should be because it's expensive. It says it has blurring flex tech, biomimetic pigments, which help the formula melt into the skin. And then there are antioxidants, which is, I guess, what helps against environmental stressors. So, yeah. I applied a couple layers because I can even still see it now. Like, it looks like, do I have vitiligo? I don't know. It looks like there's still, like, patchiness there. And I'm not sure why. But I don't really ever notice that, so I'm not sure what's going on. And I feel like I have darkness around here. I did add concealer Not sure if I was recording when I mentioned this or not. I did add a tiny bit of concealer just under my nose. And then right here I have a little annoying, see there's a bump there, a little annoying milia that I need to get out. And so I was picking my skin yesterday. So I am able to build on this, but the more you build, obviously the cakier it's gonna look. So I'm not wanting to go crazy. And I think what I'm gonna do is try to melt it together with a setting spray, but it's not blurring the look of my, okay, there's a hair on here. It's driving me nuts. Not blurring really the look of my 11s here, which is my number one annoying concern right now, and smile lines. So yeah, not an initial love, and everybody else is loving it, so I'm not sure. Sorry, I have a towel on the back of my chair here. Everyone else is loving it, so I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong or why I don't love it, but just off of first impression, I tried it, like I said, once before, and I tried it with the Dior Star Glow filter, and I love that. So I thought maybe, oh, this will give me just like a teeny tiny bit of coverage, plus I'll just add this on top. And I just didn't love it. And then the second time I used it was just over a foundation lightly with a powder brush, because I thought maybe I'd prefer it that way, because I'm not really like, even though I'm oily, I'm not really like a powder foundation girl. I was when I was like 19, when I had young, beautiful skin, but now it's like, I need something that's gonna really just like perfect the skin. It's not looking terrible, but even when I'm talking, this looks way more enhanced than it normally does. It's not looking hydrated like they say. Yeah. Support skin's natural elasticity and hydration. Anti-inflammatory. I'm not getting that hydration, really, at all. So, I don't know. We will continue. Could be, like, sometimes I need to try things a few times to really love them, but I feel like if you want blurring, like, you're gonna get it from the Givenchy Prisma Libre powder, but for me, this one just, I don't know. I don't love it. I don't know why. I want to love it, but I want to love it because it was expensive. And yeah. So we're going to go in with bronzer. I'm going in with the RMS bronzer, which is Beach Walk Betty. That kind of like rosy toned one. I was going to do my Clinique, what? Chanel. Gonna do my new Chanel Le Beige bronzer, but I wanted to use something different. I just used it in one of my videos, so that I did not too long ago, so I just wanted to use something else. This brush is super fluffy, so that's why I'm going in so many times. If you had a more dense brush, I feel like you wouldn't have to dip into the bronzer so much. And then I also don't know if this got cut off or not, but I did mention last time I wore it just by itself, the foundation, I ended up doing my concealer afterwards, and I prefer that just because I feel like then I'm covering kind of some of the brightness when I do it after. I'm covering some of the brightness that I put under my eyes, because this powder is obviously darker to match my skin as opposed to my under eye, which I like a little bit brighter. Does that make sense? Anyways, moral of the story, I like to do the powder foundation, then my concealer under the eyes. I'll conceal the face first, but under eye I prefer doing second, and I did it the opposite way today. It's feeling weird, like it looks empty right there. This brush is so big and heavy, like I have to hold it at the end instead of like all the way up here. it feels like there's too much too much brush. I need to like really hold it at the base. Yeah, I'm not getting blurred cheeks here. I'm seeing a lot of texture, especially on this side. And I also mentioned that I sleep on this side, which I think is why it's more textured. And I also have, I do my hair before my videos and then it just becomes a tangled mess. I also have more tangles on that side of my hair, so I think that's why. I think it's just because I sleep on that side. So let's go in with blush. Let's go House Labs. We'll go Dragon Fruit Days. Oh, I can't stand looking at that Milia. I want to just pick it right now. Like, I don't want to because I don't want to ruin my face. Because I have a really bad habit of picking it when I can see that there's something there. I'm like, give it to me. Get it out. Let me get to it immediately. Whoa, went a little heavy there. Okay, went a little too heavy with the blush. Okay. This side, especially. How am I even showing people to do things on the internet? Because I am the worst. Just poking my eye out with a powder brush. Okay. I think that's okay. Just calm this down a little bit more. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with a highlight. Let's do Dior. This guy. And where's my highlight brush? So sorry. Little intermission. This is not the one I wanted to use, but that's fine. Let's go in with this. Just a little e.l.f. brush. So I think from here, I'm going to go off camera, contour the nose, do my eyebrows, and then I'll probably come back to do my lips and my eyes, I guess. Okay. Okay. So this is what's up. Smile lines have seen better days. The 11s have seen better days. I got a red light therapy mask. It was on a Mother's Day sale, so I was like, guess this is the only way that I can get it, because otherwise they're just way too much. Okay, Charlotte Tilbury Super Nude's gonna go in with these two, probably. The lightest one first. I'm just doing like a super simple, easy eye. Because this is not about the eyes, it's about the face. I really like this palette. I've had this for a long time. It's, oh my gosh, it's so expensive though for 5 shadows, 6 shadows. I had to double check there. Like, it's really good though. I mean, the amount of times I've used it, like, I could almost hit pan on that first shade, which is crazy because I have so many eyeshadow palettes. Still haven't decided what eyeshadow palette I'm going to use for the wedding. I have no idea. I think, like, top choice right now would be the YSL palettes, either Stora Dolls or Goulis Dream. And I think Goulis Dream is kind of like what I've envisioned, but I'm not sure because now I think I want to use the pink lilac blush. And I'm wondering if like the Makeup by Mario palette would be better, the Ethereal Eyes or something like that. Because I want to do a tiny bit of smokiness, but not over the top. Actually, I'm going to go in with these two. So this darker one and then this second last kind of stone shade. Great, the cleaners are here to vacuum. Great. Just making a ruckus. Why is this every video that I do? I swear. Every time. Just hitting our door every time. I'm like, can you try not to hit the door? I didn't say that, but I'm just, ugh. You'd think. Because like if we want to sell the place, we have to make sure everything is in good condition. So even the outside door, it's like, be careful. I don't know. Maybe I sound like a Karen saying that. I am sometimes, okay? I'm not gonna lie. But I'm always nice to people. So, like customer service people. So there you go. Because you know what? I've worked in so many customer service industries that you have to be nice to them because they have to put up with a lot of crap. The best was when I was a manager in cosmetics and they were like, can I speak to the manager? And I'm like, speaking. And they're like, no, somebody else. I'm like, no, I'm the manager in charge right now. I can't remember what it was about, but like they were being over the top ridiculous and like really, really mean. And I was like, no, that's not gonna fly. You're not gonna treat us like that. So now I do have a soft spot in my heart for customer service because I understand the frustration. The worst though is when you know you're right about something and they're like, no, and you're like, yes. Like sometimes for work, it's bad because we have to call out to our head office sometimes and they're constantly getting new staff. And the training I think is not very good. I think they're gonna update it, but right now it's not great. Just gonna go in with that darkest brown and the black. And so sometimes we'll ask them to do something, they'll be like, oh, we can't do that. And I've been there for like 4 years. I'm like, you can. And then I'll have to talk to like a manager because then they'll actually know. But yeah, understandable that they're just training, but yeah, it's hard to deal with sometimes. Anyway, I don't know how I went on this tangent because I called myself a Karen, but I'm not. Only sometimes. But even when I am, I'll always ask in a nice way. Like, I'll be like, okay, I noticed it said this. Do you mind if I just talk to a manager? And yeah. Anyway. I don't know. Tell me what you would recommend as an eyeshadow palette for a wedding. I can't think of what else I would want to use. Like I have so many that I love that I use every single day, but I'm like, is that too boring for a wedding? Like, I don't know. Using Victoria Beckham Ash. Because I know my fiance likes sparkle, so I feel like I would do something simple like this and then just add sparkle like on the center of the eye. I'm really looking for, if anybody can help me out with this, I've looked on Etsy, I've looked everywhere and I can't really seem to find it. A wedding jacket, like a bolero, like a lacy long sleeve because I want it to look like it's part of the dress, but it's not. I want to have it for nighttime. Like I kind of want it to look like it's a different dress, but it's not, you know? Because like, who can afford 2 dresses? I mean, some people can, obviously, but I can't, so. I've checked on Etsy, I've checked on different like wedding websites, and it's just not really what I'm looking for. Like I've seen 3/4 length ones and I don't want that. I'd rather have a long sleeve. Mind you, it is so hot here in August. It's probably going to be like plus 30 and above. So I don't want it for the ceremony, but I'm thinking it might get cold in the evening, like inside, because it's not outdoors, it's inside. So pictures and stuff, obviously I'm going to have it off, but I think I wanted to wear it for when we walk in, when they introduce us, and then like into the evening. It's gonna be air conditioned, so I don't think we're gonna be that hot, hopefully, because my fiance has like a vest, a long sleeve, his jacket, so he's gonna be hot. I'm like, you're gonna want to tear that off immediately, especially, you know, when you get nervous and you're sweating. Ugh. We wanted to initially do our ceremony outside, but then we were too worried about having to think about if it's gonna rain and all these other concerns, so we're like, let's just do it inside and not worry about it. I think it's more expensive to do it outside too, which is so frustrating. Everything you do is like, oh, that's an extra $100, that's an extra this and this. Like, just to put lights on the ceiling, it's over $1,000. We're like, huh? Who doesn't want lights? I've always, like, honestly, ever since I was little, I've always thought like, oh, twinkly lights. I want little twinkly lights at my wedding. I've always thought that, and so that was kind of like a no-brainer that yes, we were for sure going to do that. I'm gonna do my lips and then I'll do my mascara, because mascara, I find it just takes too long. I'll do it off camera. I don't know what I want to put on my lips. I just got the shade Gone Greige from, maybe I'll do that, from Maybelline. It's a little darker than I expected. Still vacuuming. I mean, I appreciate that he's thorough, okay, but it takes a really long time. Okay, I'm done. The guy is actually the nicest guy in the world, so like, I've really never said anything. Even if he hits our door, I'll kind of be like, but I won't ever say anything. Okay. So it's quite dark, as you can see, but it's pretty creamy. I just had a little Clinique lip balm on my lips before that, because they've been so dry. Like, why are they still so dry? Now it looks like I have a mustache. Yeah, I'm not sure why they're so dry, because I feel like I've been hydrating them more than ever, and I feel like that's what happens with me. It's weird. It's almost like I'm overhydrating them, and then they're like, what do we do? Let's be dry. Okay. Sorry about my hair. Okay, let's go in with Hot Sand from Maybelline. Ooh, what do we think? I think. Still look like I have a mustache. Try to really like blend it into that lip liner. It's almost a little purpley, like I think it's a little, I don't know. What do we think? Okay, I'm gonna go off, come back. I will do my mascara, and then I think maybe I'll do a check-in. It was super mattifying when I first applied it, and I wish I had that. I wish I had it to show you, because when I did do like half my face, you could see the shine, quite a bit of shine on one side and not on the other. But it's almost like the shine comes back. Like it was super mattifying when I first applied, but now like it's not really that matte when you look at it in the light. So I'm gonna do my mascara. I'll come back when I'm done, give you just like a wrap up of how I feel about the product, and then we'll probably do a wear test, and I'll come back this evening to show you how it looks at the end of the night. So I will be back once my mascara is done. Okay, so here is the finished makeup look. So what do we think about the face? Again, you can see that texture on my forehead. I feel like that it never goes away, but I just don't think it's as blurring as I was hoping it would be. I think I was hoping it would be like the Givenchy, like even the YSL one I feel like is a little more blurring than this. But again, I will come back this evening and show you what it looks like after a full day of wear. And I'm gonna try not to touch up my nose or anything like that. Obviously my lips are probably gonna be wiped off because I'm gonna be eating lunch and eating dinner. But yeah, that's what we're looking like for now. Off of first application, I do feel like my smile lines are a little more enhanced than they normally are. But besides that, it doesn't look bad, okay? Like I think for the price, I was just expecting more. I think their claims were very heavy. There were a lot of claims. And so I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is gonna be like the blessed, most blurring, the best, most blurring powder I've ever seen. And I'm just not really a powder foundation wearer anymore. But I feel like everybody who tried it was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be converted. I'm gonna wear powder foundation from now on. I can wear this on its own. I have worn it on its own. It's not my favorite to wear by itself. And it's not even my favorite setting powder, to be totally honest with you. But we're gonna give her another try. She's looking good right now. It's not looking terrible. I mean, it's not the best my skin has looked, but it's not the worst. So I forgot to do a spray. So let's do right now a spray of the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Normally I like to do this before my eye makeup, but that's okay. Okay, and this will be my last, just patting out any wet dots here. This will be my last time I powder or do any kind of touch up. And off camera, I had noticed there was like a little bit of patchiness on my nose. I was able to just kind of pat it out and it went away, but I don't know what that was about. But yeah, we'll see how this wears, and I will come back later on and I will see you then. Okay, so I wanted to do kind of a closer up of what this looks like. So we're about like 4 hours in right now-ish. So you can see, I mean, I'm always gonna have texture, so I feel like I can't really say that much about it, just that I have texture on my mouth, I have texture up here. I feel like that's just always gonna be a thing, given my age and everything. Don't mind my messy dresser. But yeah, it's looking in the bathroom anyways, a little bit better than it did the last time I wore it. So I'm just gonna give it a chance. I don't hate it. I just don't like it as much as foundation. But even foundation is giving me issues lately. So we will see you again in another like 4 hours or so. All right, so sorry I'm in my bathroom, but this is the brightest light we're gonna get. This is about, I wanna say, almost 9 hours in. I just went to the gym, but the one thing I noticed that I don't love is the shine. I mean, this side kind of looks pretty bad because this is the textured side. That's where I have my milia. But I was wearing a mask, so I have to say, all in all, it did hold up pretty well. I'm actually more impressed with it today than I have been lately. The 2 times that I tried it, I like it the best today. And maybe I was just using a different base. I think maybe because I used the Glow Star filter. Maybe I just didn't like it together. Maybe that was causing a little bit too much glowiness. But it's not terrible. I feel like you can kind of like pat in. Like I was noticing I have texture around my mouth, but if I pat it in, it's not as bad. So all in all, I like it better, okay? I'm gonna keep it, and I like it better than I did before. Sorry, I was at the gym, so I just like, my hair's a mess. Put that back on. But yeah, so would I suggest it? For the price, I think it's very pricey. I think you could find something equally as good or better for a lower price, but I do really, I don't want to say really like it, but I do like it. I like it a lot better today than I have. So I'm happy with it, and I'm not returning it. So I know this was a roller coaster of emotions, but hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Love ya. Bye.